don't you? And it's not the good list. Exactly, Sophie. Yeah, you're on a list, love. And the list is consider not letting in is the list that you're on. Because so far you've been bananaed from most places in Soho, yeah? Pretty much everywhere in Canal Street in Manchester. And you don't think that door staff don't speak to each other. So nobody was actually sitting up waiting to see where you were going in order to email them or ring them to tell them not to let you in. Because by the time we would have known where you were, you would already have been in. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. So, and honestly, not many of us actually care where you are. I tell you what we do care about, though. I know, it's getting boring, isn't it? The 10 hours you left your kitten alone. Yeah. Can't do that. Can't do that. Now, I've done my research, as you know, because I do like doing my research, because I thought maybe I'm being harsh. But no. Any cat under the age of 6 months should not be left alone for 10 hours. That's excessive. Couple of reasons. They can get lonely, bored, anxious. That's one you should be familiar with, apparently. They also need, they just need to not be on their own for 10 hours. Do you know what I mean? So, you know all that. And I love my cat. And my cat loves me. And I can't believe you want to take my cat away from me. And yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. You've demonstrated it yet again. Why you shouldn't have a pet. It's why, and I will continue to say it, you shouldn't have an ant farm, never mind a kitten. I would be wary about letting you look after a Venus flytrap, not gonna lie. So, kitten, 10 hours. No, not at all. So what time did you actually end up going out? Because if it was 10 hours, you were making your way home about 6 o'clock in the morning. Was it 6 o'clock in the morning that they were making their way home? Because they were sober. Listen, that person could unalive a cactus at this point. Was it? Wow. Okay. So you left that poor kitten on her own for 10 hours whilst you went out. 6 a.m. was being responsible. Oh, that's right. Yes, you were offered rugs, weren't you? But apparently you declined them because you're a cat mum now, and you were being responsible. Responsible would have been going home around 2 o'clock. Yeah? Responsible would have been giving your key to a neighbour and saying, could you just check the cat for me at this time because I'm likely to be out all night. Responsible would have been getting a pet sitter to go and check on the kitten. Yeah? But no, not you. Hey. Because you are incredibly selfish. And you decided that you needed a night out. and allegedly you compared yourself to a celebrity. And I thought, which celebrity are you comparing yourself to? Now, there's a couple I can think of that if you phoned ahead and said, hey, this one's on its way, would get turned away from the door. Do you know what I mean? But most of the time, if you said this celebrity's on their way, yeah, they'd let them in. So I'm not sure what celebrity you were thinking of when you said it's what celebrities have to cope with. None that I know. But yeah, nobody was phoning ahead. You are on a list. It's not good. And you're going to find a dwindling amount of establishments that let you in. You're not late, darling. Yeah, that open to you is going to get smaller and smaller. Not because of anything we're doing, by the way. I'm not doing anything. I'm asleep when you're out. But because word of mouth and the fact that door staff talk to each other. So, yeah, you're going to have to go further and further. Thank you, Highlander. Thank you, Yuki. You're going to have to go further and further afield, aren't you? To find places that don't know you, which is going to be a struggle. Not going to lie. I was thinking of remote parts of Scotland, but there's no nightlife, and I'm pretty sure they'd still know you, which isn't a good thing. But yeah, kitten. Yeah, that was really not good. And you wonder why we all say you shouldn't have one. What possessed you? Just out of curiosity. A Ryanair. What possessed you to leave a 16-week, 15-week, whatever, under 6 months old kitten on their own for 10 hours in a 2-bed place, a 2-roomed place that you haven't kitten-proofed in any way? I've no idea, Faye. But let's just say that the kitten had the run of the place. You've not kitten-proofed it at all, have you? Not even slightly. So what stuff did you leave out? Did the kitten have access to the bin? Or did you think, it's okay because I've put the litter tray and the cat bed in the bathroom and shut the door? Because, you know, that's not going to upset the kitten in any way, being locked into a tiny room with no interaction whatsoever. So, you know, when you said the RSPCA have been and they think everything's wonderful and the cat is absolutely fine, I'm going to call horse manure on that for the second time. And I'm going to say, you're fibbing. Not a chance has the RSPCA said to you that you're a responsible cat owner. Never happened. No. No. Thank you, Foxy, darling. Didn't happen. Yeah, I know. Didn't happen. So, thank you. What time did they go home? What time did they go home, guys? To the best of my knowledge, thank you, Katrina, to the best of my knowledge, they went home at roughly 6 a.m. There you go. I know. Thank you. And what time did they go out? Which will be on because they went out around about 8-ish. Did they get to London at 9 or 10, or did they go out at 9 or 10? No, I know, Emma, I know. I wouldn't leave an animal that long. A grown cat, yeah, with a routine. If I had to be out, yeah, but went out, thank you. So between 9 and 10, and came back between 6 and 7. Do you know the longest they recommend that you leave a kitten that age? 2 to 3 hours. Any longer than 2 to 3 hours, and they recommend you get a cat sitter or a neighbour come in to check the cat. And you think you deserve a cat. Do you? Again, I beg to differ. As far as I'm aware, the kitten is okay, I hope. But you don't leave the kitten that long. Because it's not the same as you being in bed asleep and the kitten being asleep. Because I know that's what you're going to say. It was night time, so the kitten would have gone to sleep. No, it's not the same. The kitten knows you're there. Yeah? But my problem is you've not kitten-proofed that place. So, and I know that cat had access to the bin because it was online. Because do you remember, you hissed at the cat for going in the bin. So, what else haven't you done? What else haven't you put away? Are you going to discipline the cat if the cat's chewed wires while you were out? Because they got bored? Yeah. I bet you thought I'd gone away. No. I might not have been on TikTok much, but don't think for 1 second that doesn't mean I haven't been keeping up with what you've been doing and the stuff you've been saying. So, I'm not going to report it, by the way. FYI, I'm not going to report what you've done. I imagine other people will, though. Leaving a kitten that long. So tell me again, a Ryanair, that RSPCA said you're absolutely fine. Yeah? And I've got a bridge I can sell you. Because I don't believe you for a second. Oh, no social anxiety. Because apparently, now, I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain Henrietta said that they'd grown out of the social anxiety. Stalked, yeah. Yeah. Where was the stalker? Stalker took a night off. Oh no, this is all facts. I'm not saying a word that isn't absolutely true. Thank you, Debs. I'm not saying anything that isn't factual. Broadcasted location, exactly. Well, to be fair, I had no idea where they were. Thank you, Chief. Oh, I don't know, Kez. That was bizarre. Maria won't send photos of Diva. Why? Thank you, Colette. Why? In fairness, I have to be balanced. The law is your cat must be microchipped by the time they're 20 weeks old. That's the law. So I cannot say anything that isn't true, and that is the law. So, yeah. You're kidding me, Vic? Seriously? She does realise that Henrietta's been filming from there. Hey, Jessica, you all right, doll? She does realise that though, right? Keep her house. Yeah, it'd be awful, wouldn't it, if we could all see flags for doors? Okay, so do you know, keeping your house private on TikTok, you're a bit late. Just a smidge. Are you all right, Anne-Marie? I know. Couldn't make it up, could you? But then the question is then, exactly, the question then is, why not? Why can't we see Diva? And I understand you don't owe anybody anything. You don't have to do anything. But you'd shut down an awful lot of people if you photographed Diva. Thank you, Laura, darling. I couldn't say whether Diva's there or not. I honestly couldn't say. Thank you, Coops. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But I think whichever you did, whether you shut the kitten in the bathroom or you didn't shut the kitten in the bathroom, you did the wrong thing by leaving the kitten on its own for that amount of time. Oh, who was that? Hey, Coco, you all right, sweetheart? Oh, absolutely. I'm good, Laura. How are you? Generally speaking. Hey, Turvy family. Generally speaking, if the mouth is moving, yes. Sorry, just catching up. I left the kitten out of the bathroom, left the door open all this time. I agree, Anastasia. I have to agree. Thank you, Coco, darling. Oh, Sophie, did you have a good time, love? Yeah. Do you know, Mama Beetle's fan? I don't know if cats can be support animals. I guess it depends what the support is. If I know at one point in my life, my dog was the one thing that got me out of bed and made me care, because I had to get up and feed the dog and let the dog out and play with the dog. And so in those terms, I guess she was. Thank you, Foxy. Cats. But the thing is, if you're going to have an animal as a support animal, right? There's a lot of laws around having support animals, and one of them is veterinary care. That's really high up on you have to have them regularly checked by vets. There's loads of paperwork because they're then registered as a support animal. It makes a massive difference because they can go places that, say, a pet dog can't. And I know from other people that have had support animals, it's a big thing, yeah. When Henrietta said, well, I've got a note from the doctor, to say what? That you think it would be a good idea for somebody with depression to have an animal. If a GP has written a letter to the landlord to say, I think it's a good idea that this person has an animal because they are depressed, right? I would urge that GP to sit down and have a think, okay? Because, and I don't know who the GP is, and nor am I going to find out, not because I don't want to, but because I can't. and it's not for me to do. However, if you are a GP and you did write that letter, thank you, Ree. You need to not do it again. Thank you, Mr. DeGaff, without knowing your patient, okay? Your patient is barely able to take care of themselves, doesn't understand why they're putting weight on when they're eating a family-sized lasagna for 4, right? And now has a kitten that they think it's all right to leave for 8 to 10 hours on their own. Suffers with some form of persecution complex, but only when it suits them. So apparently we're all stalkers because we contacted the place that they were going to, but the actual stalker took a night off last night. You make no sense whatsoever, Henrietta. None at all. And this is why we're still here. And we will be still here until you understand that social media is not the place for you. Right? I found out so much more about Roblox and you and your relationship with Roblox last night than I ever wanted to know, to be fair. Right? Can I reiterate to anybody that's in here, if your child has Roblox, please delete it. I am still in the process of getting the names of all the accounts, right? Also, Henrietta, did you or did you not say that you had played, the last time you played Roblox was about 4 to 6 months ago? Yes? So you know all those messages that you showed? Why were they from 2020, 2021, 2022 and 2023? So not your most recent. This is, thank you, Naomi, thank you, Andy. This is what I don't understand. Exactly, Faye. Thank you, Andy, love. This is where you trip yourself up constantly. And I don't understand how you think that we're not going to catch you out. Right. So I was going to kind of ease off on the awareness because people were saying, hang on just a minute. I was going to say, but I didn't know how to say it. Oh, did we have a troll? I was going to ease off on the awareness, right? Because I thought, I don't want to say anything that upsets anybody or gets talked about or whoever. And then I thought, stuff it. Whatever I say is going to be twisted anyway. So, here I am. So, awareness, right? Raising awareness on somebody is pointing out, thank you, Riri, is pointing out their behaviour. Evening, Jay, is pointing out their behaviour, right? And doing so from a background of knowing how this behaviour manifests itself and why they do what they say, what they do. So, a lot of what Henrietta does is baiting. Thank you, Gemma. It's bait, right? Thank you, Katrina. So what they will do is they will wear the same T-shirt for 2 weeks straight. They'll wear a T-shirt inside out and back to front for 2 weeks straight, yeah? They will tell you that they haven't changed their trousers for a month. They haven't washed their bedding for a month. It's all good evening. It's all to get you to interact. Doesn't matter how, but as long as you're interacting and the numbers go up, right? Absolutely all for attention, okay? So, last night, was it? Good evening, Debs. Evening, Linda. So last night, all that you saw was baiting. Now, see, Henrietta is, let me put it this way. It's half term, isn't it? Is it half term? I do believe it is. Sorry, it's different in Scotland. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Kat. Half term. Now then, you tell me, when a 22-year-old knows when half term is, why does that not raise red flags? Because let me tell you, right, I don't know when England's half term was. Was it last week? I have no idea. But let me tell you something. Henrietta knows when the half terms are, when the Christmas holidays are, when Easter is. They know when the schools are off every time. So tell me again that this person shouldn't have awareness raised on them. Are they? Yeah. It is creepy. It's incredibly creepy. And this is what I don't understand. When you see it, you can't unsee it. So when you recognise the patterns, and when you're when you see that they're on at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a reason they're on at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because somebody somewhere's getting ready for school in a different country. Absolutely, I'll tell you. When you are on a live that you have minors in, and you're on a particular dating site reading out or telling that particular live what you're going to do, that you're going to hook up, basically, and who you want to hook up with, you think that that's appropriate. Because that's what I saw. Thank you, Zoe. That is not appropriate. This is like, I don't understand how people don't see it. I really don't. It's, if you are speaking to minors and you know there are minors in your life because you haven't bothered, thank you, B, to set your app or your live to 18 plus, right? And then you're talking about who you want to hook up with and what you want them to do, as in what you want them to buy you drinks and you want them to look a certain way. And why does a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old need to know that? Why do they need to know that? They don't. So why do you feel the need to tell them? That's my other question. Why do you think they'd want to know? Thank you, TikToker, sorry. Hi, Josie. But you know, and there's people supporting this person. There's people actually supporting. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hi, Jane. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Don't get me wrong. Thank you, Spartan. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong, there are people on the app, and we've had it in here, to be fair, we've had it in here, people who are under 18. Now, mine is set to over 18 all the time. I did it in the privacy settings and security settings, because normally I would have done it, I used to do it before every live, now it's all automatic, right? And you can set it to over 18, thank you, Amy, but there will still be people that get in because they've had their age verified by somebody, or, you know, they've lied about their birthday. I understand all that. But when I upload a live to the other platform, right, it will ask me if this is this content suitable for children, and I'll always put no. And depending on what the live was about, I might set it to 18 plus. Most of the time, it's fairly innocuous, and I don't use bad words, but I'll set it to. There is absolutely no reason, none whatsoever, why you can't set your live to 18 plus. The reason you don't, Henrietta, is because the vast majority of your gifters are below the age of 18. So let's have it straight, shall we? Let's talk straight, you and I. Most of your gifters are below the age of 18. Right? Which makes them unable to make a contract with this platform. Because when you go to recharge, you are entering into a contract with this platform, right? And they're too young to do that, which is why they're not supposed to be giving until they're 18. Do you understand? So that is why it is on you to set your lives to 18 plus. Because let me tell you, if I was a parent and I found out that my child was gifting you, trust and believe that I'm not only going to come after this platform, I'm going to come after the person that my child's been gifting, right? If you are part of the reason they have been able to. It's fun. I had my own second cousin in here, right? And she was yeeted very quickly. So I get it. And we have had minors in here. I think twice we've had minors in here. Thank you. And we've yeeted. You don't do that. Your audience will say to you, that person's a minor. That person's a minor. And only after they repeatedly tell you, do you reluctantly kick them. And 9 times out of 10, because they're minors, they don't understand the value of the eggs they give you. So what looks like a really pretty egg on the screen, they don't realise just cost them. Yeah? And do you give that money back when you know it's come from a minor? Do you? Heck. You don't, do you? It's not the fault of the creator, Chloe. However, you have got to mitigate your responsibility. So you've got to be able to say that you have taken every precaution to protect yourself and your platform. So if I don't set my lives to 18 plus and I get children in here, I'm partly responsible for that. If I set my life to 18 plus and I still get children in here, I'm not responsible, right? But the only way that this is going to work is if we all take responsibility. So the onus is on people being educated, creators doing the right thing. Yeah, exactly, Amber. It's all about safeguarding children. Having mods, yeah, mods. My mods are brilliant. If they think for 1 second that you are a day under 18, they'll block you. And they've blocked quite a few people who think they're, because they thought they were under 18. Turns out they weren't. They're just these really awful people that were really young for their age. Exactly. So you have to be responsible as somebody who live streams. You have to be. I have pulled up. I love that. Deeming. I love that. See, that's the responsible thing to do. And you know what? God forbid that ever happened. That's exactly what I would do. And I would refund the whole amount as well, not just the, what TikTok takes. I would give them the whole amount back. And that's a really good example of a really good creator, honestly. Okay. Who was that? I want to follow that person. Who was that? Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. We need more of them. We really do. We need more of them. Thank you, Anne-Marie. What were they called? The Gamer. I want to follow the Gamer. It's so rare. No worries, Lady Farr. No, I think that's brilliant. Thank you, Alice, love. It is. You all right, Brit Tuck? You okay, honey? I think there's not enough of it about. There needs to be more people like that. And I do think people are getting better. Thank you, sweet. It's nice to be back. There are, Faye. There are. I think there are more good than bad. I just think bad is louder than good. Does that make sense? So I think there's a lot more. There's fewer bad, but they shout louder. Thank you, Brit Tuck. Thank you, Leslie. But they shout louder than the good. Good evening, Katie. So, good tend to quietly get on with it, and we don't shout about it, but bad's just loud. But yeah, I think that's amazing. Oh yeah, always check your children's devices, please. Please check your children's devices, honestly, because a lot of the time, these people, I say these people, God, be careful. A lot of the time, the people that will take advantage are operating in plain sight. Hi, Marguerite. They're right in front of you. And a lot of people don't see it, right? So, not yet, Daniel. And it blows my mind that they don't see it. Thank you, Katrina. They don't see it. Because if you go on to, let's say, for example, Henrietta's page, and you see the number of adults in there who are gifting and encouraging, and you think, are they determined not to say it? Evening, Hayley. Are they determined not to say it? Have they decided that this person is, I know, that this person is a victim? Thank you, Hayley. And that nothing's going to shift them from that perspective. Because I don't understand how you could not see it. Does that make sense? That is terrifying. What? New PC platform similar to Roblox is now out, called Polytorian, has no restrictions. I cannot imagine. Do you think they've been taken in? Because honestly, if you did a quick TikTok search, they'd come up, wouldn't they? All the things that Henrietta's done. So, mind you, yesterday Henrietta was walking around saying that they had all the legal. Thank you, Josie. They had all the legal, everything to back up what they were saying, and that they had all the proof and all the evidence. And I suppose if you didn't know Henrietta, it would sound quite convincing. Except when you know then their mouth is moving, they're not telling the truth. So to those parents, teachers, adults in their life, how can I say this? There is no proof. There is no police report, right? If there is a police report, it's going to go nowhere very fast, right? There is a marker on their property. Now, do you remember, wasn't that long ago, that a welfare check was performed? Do you remember hearing the person that knocked on the door informing Henrietta that they were not alone, that another couple of officers were on their way? 2 points. They would have knocked on the door because it was a welfare check, right? And obviously, in the certain circumstances, minutes count. Thank you, Judge. Minutes count, right? Which is why they knocked on the door. But do you know they also made the point that another officer or officers were right behind them? There's a reason for that. That's because there's a marker on the property, right? It's not because Met Police are super concerned about Henrietta. I don't understand how you people, you grown-ups, how you miss this. How do you miss this stuff? Make sure live stream. I don't understand what that means, sorry. Yeah, Highlander, yeah. Thank you, sorry, thank you. Perfect, I appreciate you, thank you. Because they regularly call the emergency services for a headache or a lift. I know this, right? But they are not allowed to attend that property single crewed. If the ambulance is called out, guess who else gets called out? Correct. Because there's a marker on the property. Right? And I don't understand. Hang on. Can you pin what the game is? Please, love. Because that's really scary. If you wouldn't mind, Spartan, just pin that game for me. Sorry, that really... Right, Spartan's pinned the name of a game, which has very limited parental controls, apparently, and very few safeguarding systems in place. So if your child has downloaded that, can I get you to research and have a look at that game, because that does not seem right to me at all. Oh, bless you, Anastasia. That, yeah, that's... Apparently it's a new game. I'm really glad somebody raised that, because I'm going to be checking my stepchild's devices. Looks exactly like Roblox. Game developers platform, right, okay. Have they got don't some of these game developer platforms have what's the word I'm looking for? Oh God, words, come on. Like snippets of games that you can play. Demo. Thank you, Squeaky. Dear me, the brain fog is brain fogging today. Has it got a demo? Perfect, thank you, Gemma. To make games, gotcha. Make games, gotcha. Games. I'm so confused. Do you know what? The takeaway is just check your kids' devices, make sure they haven't got stuff on there that they shouldn't have, or are in communication with people that they shouldn't be. Honestly, it's terrifying. I even have, you know, that Duolingo where you can do learn languages. I have to check that. I have to check that because I'm so scared that people are following the my stepchild. Did I freeze? Sorry. Yeah, I get terrified for that, because all of a sudden there'll be a load of random people following, and I have to go through it and check. And that's supposed to be a really safe app. Thank you, Louise. Sorry. Thank you, Daisy. It's terrifying. Do you know, when my children were growing up, there was none of this. We had dial-up interweb, and Facebook was sort of a thing, but not really. The access that they have now, I know, the access that they have now is just, it's scary stuff. Thank you, boss. It's scary. MySpace, oh God. But yeah. But my stepchild is right at that age now. So there are apps they are not allowed at all. And I need to put up that post, don't I? But Snapchat's one of them. They're not, there's so many they're not allowed, because they are breeding grounds. And I honestly, please never give your underage child access to this platform. I hate to say it, but this is a absolute this is like a this is not a good place for kids. It's not a good place. And I absolutely I absolutely would not allow my, thank you, all you need, would not allow my stepchild to have this, Telegram, Kick, Twitch, none of them. They'd not be allowed any of them. Thank you, Lulu. Oh, Sophie, don't. Yeah. One of the people that was, you know when you get that recommended follow thing, one of the people that popped up on mine was a child. I was like, you've got to be kidding. So I went straight to the profile and blocked it. Sorry. Oh, Lana. Bless your heart, darling. Eight to 9. Hi, Budgeted, are you alright? Sorry, just catching up. Hi, Susan. Sorry, I didn't see you come in, darling. It is really toxic. They're not, no. Hi, TT. Thank you, love. They're not safe, no. Yes, it is. Thank you. And I do believe... Is that the singing one, Tubbs? Oh. I'm good, Melanie. Thank you, love. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Alana. I'm good. Sorry, I missed that. Is that the singing one? Shmuel. Yes, that's what I thought. So I do. Thank you, Layla. I do believe Henrietta has an account on there. So the internet absolutely is. Yeah. Anywhere there is social media, it is a breeding ground. It's horrible. Probably Chels. Yeah. And this is for the 100th and 11th time is why we raise awareness. Do you know what sticks in my head? And it really does stick in my head. And I'm sorry I'm saying, oh, Omegle, don't get me started. What sticks in my head, and I know I said this last night, and I know I'm repeating myself, but honest to God, if there was ever a reason for me to doubt what I do, this message stopped me from doubting it. When I got a message to say, if I hadn't come across your live a year and a half ago, I would never have known about Henrietta, and I would never have known about Roblox. And because of you, my child took her children off, and a letter was sent out by the school. I keep mentioning, I'm so sorry. Do you know what? If ever, I'm good, Harry Potter, if ever there was a message that made me stop and think, this is worth the crap I get, that was it. That was the one message. Hiya, Floss. That was the one message that I'm going to print off and frame. And whenever, thank you, Chrissy, love, whenever I sit there and feel like the people who have the most to say are winning, that's what I'm going to look at. And that's what's going to remind me why I do what I do. Thank you, Stuart. And why I'll never not do it. And one day, I really hope, thank you, Kirsty, love, I really hope I can move on from this particular person and do someone else. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. I'll have to have a look. And I'm not very good at any of this stuff. Thank you, Lana. But honestly, that message, the person who sent that message to me, you know who you are. You absolutely saved me that day. That was the day that I almost deactivated my account, which just blows my mind. But honestly, no worries, darling. Oh, my daughter's got that, Gemma. That was the day I almost deactivated my account. And you are the reason I didn't. And I will be forever grateful to you for that. She knows who she is. She's in here. But yeah. And it's why I won't stop. I won't stop. And as long as you are on this app, Henrietta, and you are not respecting people, and you are lying to people and conning people, people like me are going nowhere. Nowhere. Right? And I question your stalker, right? I don't question stalking, by the way. And never, ever, ever have I said that stalking is okay. Okay? What I won't have is you saying you're being stalked in one breath and then going out for 8 to 10 hours on your own. Because you are taking the mick out of anybody that's ever been stalked before. And you're part of the reason why the police don't take it seriously from the first reporting. Right? And that's why I do it. That's why I do what I do. It's why I don't think you deserve to be in the accommodation you're in. Because there is somebody out there, male or female, thank you, Hayden, who is going through hell and needs that accommodation, and you're occupying it. Do I think you should be on the street? No, not at all. I don't think anybody should be homeless. Don't even get me started on what happened in the pandemic and how all of a sudden nobody was homeless and now they are. Don't get me started, right? So do I think you should be homeless? Absolutely not. Do I think you should be appropriately housed? Yes. What sticks in my throat is the fact that you lied to get that accommodation. That's what bugs me. And that's why I won't stop raising awareness on you. Because you think the world owes you something, and it doesn't. And in the meantime, I've got people in my inbox, right, in my messages, who are desperately trying to get away from certain situations, and they can't because there's no housing available. There's no funds available. They're being turned down for PIP, and they're having to go to tribunal. Not just once, twice, 3 times. Right? Because they're having their disabilities questioned. Because their mental health is being disregarded. These people are on their knees, and then there's you. Buying perfume, buying enough food to feed a family of 4 for a week, right? Taking the absolute mick out of a system that wasn't designed to help you con it. It was designed to help people who genuinely are on the skins of their backsides, and that's not you. So whilst you're still here, taking every advantage of a system you don't deserve to be a part of or have access to, I'm going nowhere. And if that upsets the haters, so be it. Right? You deserve help, 100%, but not the help you're blagging. That's what gets me. And to sit there and say that you are looking after that kitten and that the RSPCA think you're doing a fantastic job, and then you go out and leave it for 8 to 10 hours. And you expect people like me to sit here and say nothing. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. No, I know. And that's why I do what I do. Thank you, Riri. Thank you. It's why I do what I do. And I will do, Dad Folly. I will. Thank you, love. Unfortunately, if you're reaching out to Henrietta, Alexis, they're not going to respond. They're not going to respond. It's not part of their plan. You can offer help. They won't accept it. They won't accept it. It's been done before, believe me. A lot of awareness creators have gone out and offered support and offered to help. I know. Not interested. Henrietta's not interested, I'm afraid. And it will frustrate you. Correct, Jane. It'll frustrate you more than anything. But yeah, unfortunately, like I said, loads of us have tried to help. Loads of us. Oh no, even then, Linda, even then, they're not interested. Because, believe me, we've done that. Yeah. Oh, 100%, Jasper. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. World owes them a living. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's... So Henrietta's 22. My youngest child is 26. I would never, ever behave in the way that Henrietta does, and has worked from the age of 17. All of mine have. They all have. So the idea of them, for any of them, of claiming any kind of welfare it doesn't occur to them. It just doesn't occur to them. They would rather work the most menial job and get paid, hi Sal, the least amount of money than actually claim. So bless your coops. So I don't understand. I don't understand it. It's for my kids, it's a self-esteem thing. Thank you, Melly. Thank you, Sal. It's a self-esteem thing. They wouldn't allow themselves to be looked after. Do you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with... You all right, Melly? Yeah, Foxy. There's nothing wrong with being on benefits. I have absolutely no issue with people who need welfare. Right? Been there, done that. What I have an issue with is if you are capable of going out to work and you are sitting there openly earning money and potentially claiming at the same time, then I have an issue. Oh, benefits are there to help people when they need some help. They're not there to provide you with a lifestyle. You know? Exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? Hi, Double D. That's the thing, isn't it, Foxy? A lot of us would love to be able to do that. Oh, bless Regan. I hope you got a job, darling. Thank you, Regan. R.T. Davis. Why do I keep thinking Doctor Who when I see you? Oh, bless him. Yeah, Robin, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Not anymore, John. I would have to agree with you. I think they would have to be off social media for at least 12 months. That's it. I thought it was. Thank you, Foxy. Like I said, the brain fog is brain fogging today. Oh, bless you, Cheryl. Thank you, Celine. Change departments. Oh, bless you, Lady Farr. Yeah, I know. But they won't. They won't. I honestly, I admire your persistence, Alexis. Honestly, I really do. But I can tell you, hand on heart, not going to happen, right? Alphabet, Henrietta on some level enjoys the way they live, right? Because they've made no active, they've done nothing to change the way they live. There are many things that they could be doing that wouldn't affect their income right now or their ability to earn. They could be volunteering at a theatre. They could be offering to sweep a stage or clean a theatre after hours when all the shows are done for free, just to be in and around that, their dream job, allegedly, right? But they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing to make it happen. It's almost as if they are waiting for somebody to come and find them and discover them, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The amount of times somebody's been found through social media is, I can count on one hand, right? And I've been alive quite a while. But Henrietta, you do nothing to stand out from the crowd. Nothing. You don't attempt to put yourself in the best position you possibly can, given what your dream is. You're not trying to make it happen. You're hoping it will happen. You're manifesting it. It's not going to. You ask anybody that has pursued a career in acting, singing, whatever, not one of them will say, well, I sat and did social media day in, day out, and eventually I was spotted by a producer. Doesn't happen. So if you want your life to change, you have to be the architect of that. You have to be the one to change it. Because right now, all you're doing, and you say you regret your digital footprint, all you're doing is making it bigger. You're 22. You've got time. You can come off social media. Absolutely. You choose not to. Right? You don't have a mortgage. You're not paying rent. You're not responsible for any children. Right? You have choices. Thank you, Marlin, sorry. You have choices. And right now you're making all the wrong ones. And the problem with that is that your choices are not just affecting you, they're affecting the people that are watching you. That's why I'm not going anywhere. Thank you, JB. Sorry, I just saw something out the corner of my eye then. Wait a minute. Oh, you are kidding me. For God's sake. This app, honest to God. This bloody app. Right, there is going to be something. There's going to be something that's going to pop up in the FYP, and it's going to involve Toxic Dan, right? I urge you to go into your settings, and I don't know whether Spartan can come up and get to change what you see. Spartan, do you know how to tell people how to change their settings so that they potentially won't see it? Sorry, I don't know whether... Thank you, Jackie. I don't know whether Spartan's in here. Clear your search history, that's one. Perfect. Isn't there... Okay. Is there a way of... Evening, Jackie, love. Right, okay. I'm going to put it in very, very tame language, right? But what I need you to do is go into your search history, clear it all out. I think you can reset your algorithm. Thank you very much. Reset your algorithm. I think there is. Yes. Right. I don't know what's going on with Toxic Dan at the moment. I really don't know. I don't know if there is some trauma there or whether there's some unresolved stuff going on. I don't know. Right. What I do know is the behaviour is getting worse and worse and worse. Now, there is something that's come on tonight that Toxic Dan has done, which is going to trigger a lot of people because it's to do with SHing, okay? So I would urge you to either... I know, Susie. But if you can go and reset your algorithm, clear your cache out, clear your history out. Oh, right, okay. I'm not sure that's a rabbit hole I want to go down, is it? Just be very, very mindful. It's going to be on FYP. Now, not everybody is going to put it up, but some will. So please just be very, very careful. And just, no, I know it is. But it's not it's the implication. Yeah. Now, see, but this is the thing, you cannot carry the energy for the things that Henrietta does and not have that same energy for other people. Because if Henrietta had done it, we'd be up in arms. Yeah? So we can't have double standards because it's someone we like and someone we maybe feel sorry for, or someone we dislike and maybe someone we have empathy for. And I know that's difficult, and I understand it, and I know people are going to say a damaged person. But if you're going to say, if Henrietta did it and we call it rage bait, why is it different if TD does it? We have to hold the same energy, otherwise your morals are your morals. You can't shift them depending on who you're talking about. And that might make you super unpopular sometimes, and it might make you super popular sometimes. Really. But if you stand on morals, you stand on morals regardless. So please protect yourselves. If you're going to be scrolling, doom scrolling, please be careful, okay? It's triggering for a lot of reasons. And that's not a word I like, not gonna lie, but that would certainly make me stop based on things I've witnessed in my life. So yeah, it's honestly, what can you say? What can you say? Yeah, I am as well, Jane, to be fair. Oh dear. But yeah, but I have to hold the same energy. I really do. I have to. Otherwise, I'm not standing up for what I believe in. Hasn't it gone completely nuts? I don't know, Gigi. Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't like to say. And I don't want to say anything that's going to be something's not right, is it? That's what I will say. Something isn't right. What that is, I don't know. But yeah, please protect yourselves, honestly. I know, Coops. I know, Claire. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lynn. It's so frustrating. Thank you, Beth. And part of me wants to say that's horrendous, that's happened and that's never been dealt with, and I understand that. However, you can't continue to do what you do day in, day out and it be thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. And it be okay because something bad happened to you. It doesn't work that way. In fact, in my experience, the opposite is true. If somebody, if you are traumatized by something, you don't put that on anyone else. It's really hard, isn't it? I really shouldn't talk on something I don't know anything about, but just protect yourselves, please. And like I said, if Henrietta was to do that, we'd be all over it, wouldn't we? We'd be all over it. Exactly. Oh, I don't wish ill on anybody, including Henrietta, But there are people on this app who clearly need help and aren't getting it. Oh, bless you, Coops. Bless you. I know, Foxy, I saw that. It's not okay. And it's like I said at the start of the live, and I can't lie. I absolutely stand with Blaster. Sorry. Oh, I'm not sorry I stand with the Blaster, but I do. 100%. There are things that once you've said them, you cannot unsay them. And no amount of I'm sorry is going to wipe that dirt away. Exactly, Bex. I know, Coco. I saw, and I have messaged her, but I would be very surprised if she's anywhere near a phone right now. I know I wouldn't be. Not a chance. I wouldn't be. Oh. Do you know, this app, when it's doing good, it does amazing. It does absolutely amazing. When people come together and have a common purpose, raising awareness or raising funds or trying to help somebody, it's brilliant. I absolutely adore this app, and in the same breath, I flipping can't stand it as well. Because when it's bad, it's really bad. Exactly, Paula. Oh, is it? Oh, I'm glad about that. Oh, Chels. Yeah, Rufus, I know. I think it's the inference, isn't it? It's the what it. Thank you, Hannah. I think it's the what it represented that was. But like I said, when what was Luke and Dave Duran's? What were they raising money for? There was a woman, wasn't there, who needed 1,500 quid for something. Damn it, I can't remember what it was for now. And they raised it in 30 minutes. Do you remember? I can't remember. Oh gosh, when was it? Before Christmas last year. And they raised it in 30 minutes between them. And people making donations and stuff, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. It was for a specialised pushchair, wasn't it? Something like that. And it was because the child has difficulties keeping the head up, and it was so they could. That was it. So they could sit safely. And it was done in 30 minutes. It was raised in and I just thought, what a wonderful place this can be. This is absolutely incredible. And then you get nights like tonight. And you just think, as good as this place can be, it can be the most psychologically damaging app I've ever been on. Just blows your mind. Blows your mind. I don't understand it at all. Don't understand. Oh, bless you, Paula. I know, Charles. I know. He is a good guy. I do like Dave Durant, I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Liz. Oh, not again, Josie. Really? Again. This, I don't get it. Don't get it. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you because I'll be on again tomorrow. I will keep an eye, because I have no life, on whether Henrietta goes live, just to make sure, and see. Oh God, I will get a life one day, I promise. And I'll keep you up to speed on what's going on there. In terms of contacting folk and that, I've kind of stepped back a little bit from that because it's been a hard couple of weeks, not gonna lie. Yeah, I will do, but I will be back on tomorrow. I will be showing Poppy. I will. She's not in here at the moment. I promise I will show Poppy. If she sits still. Okay. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for coming in.